My name is Sasha Coulter-Wasserman, and I am Associate Curator and Associate Director of Curatorial Affairs for the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi project at the Salman R. Guggenheim Museum. Today, I'm pleased to introduce you to the Ándí sculpture by Marisol, a highlight of the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi collection, which presents global art from the 1960s to today through a transcultural lens. Marisol Escobar, known as Marisol, was born in Paris in 1930 to Venezuelan parents. Her formal studies began at the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris at age 19, followed by 4 years at the Art Students League in New York. But it was the downtown New York art scene of the early 1960s that was pivotal to her practice. Already working in sculpture and incorporating drawing, painting, and found objects into wooden carvings, she was part of a lively artistic community with friends including the poet Allen Ginsberg, artists Jackson Pollock and Mark Rothko, and the subject of this sculptural portrait, Andy Warhol. Paradigmatic of Marisol's work at this time, it puts viewers in the delightful position of meeting Andy Warhol as the artist herself might have done, seated in a chair. Intended to be viewed from all 4 facets, Warhol is depicted in his signature attire, a white Oxford shirt and khaki trousers. This incredibly playful piece exudes the friendship between 2 young, as yet unrecognized artists. As you look at it, note the highly personal details. A glimpse of red socks, the painted trompe l'oeil chair legs that match the real wooden legs, and, above it all, the wooden cap that represents Warhol's soon-to-be famous mop of blonde hair, which unifies the 4 facets of this sculpture. We have the sense that the subject of this unique sculptural portrait has walked into the gallery and sat down among us.
Hi, I'm Patrick Moore. I'm the director of the Andy Warhol Museum, and we're standing here today in the very beautiful temporary exhibition here at the Warhol called Marisol and Warhol Take New York. And I'm with my colleague, Jessica Beck, the Milton Fine Curator of Art, who curated the exhibition. And we're talking today about a really extraordinary loan from the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi, which is Marisol's portrait of Andy Warhol. So Jessica, can you tell us a little bit about this incredible sculpture?
Yeah, so Marisol created this between 1962 and 1963, and it was just such an incredible loan to have for the exhibition because it's her portrait of Andy, so the show really couldn't have been complete without it. But what I love about this version of Warhol that Marisol captures is it's this sort of young Andy portrait, this kind of ad man version of him. You know, by 1962, he still hasn't had a solo show in New York. His first solo show in New York isn't until November of 1962 at the Eleanor Ward Stable Gallery. Over the summer, he has his very iconic Campbell's Soup moment in California. But when he's befriending Marisol in early of 1962, he still hasn't had his breakthrough in the New York gallery world. He's actually only shown his paintings in the windows of Bonwit Teller. So this young kind of Andy, ad man Andy, she captures with the trousers and the white t-shirt, this kind of iconic younger version of him, much more sensitive version of him. But one of the details I love the most about this piece are the shoes at the bottom, and they're actually Andy's Warhol shoes. And what's really wonderful about them is when we pulled them out of the crate, at the bottom of the sole of the shoe is this really beautiful green that is the green that's very similar to the green on the S&H green stamp painting, which he also completed in 1962. So the other thing I really love about this piece is Marisol used this chair motif for the sculpture, and it partners sort of perfectly with her piece called The Dinner Date, which is from 1963. It's almost as if Warhol could just sit alongside her dinner date piece from the following years.
Hi, my name is Franklin Sermons. I'm the director of the Pérez Art Museum, Miami, and I am delighted to welcome you here today to talk about our current exhibition, Marisol and Warhol Take New York. The exhibition was made in collaboration with the Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh and curated by Jessica Beck there. But what I'd like to tell you about today is how delighted we are to have within this exhibition a phenomenal work from 1962 by Marisol, which is a portrait of Andy Warhol. Simply titled Andy, this work is from the collection of the Guggenheim Museum, Abu Dhabi. And we are so grateful for the loan of this work, as it is an incredibly impactful piece within the collection. It's made out of wood, And like most of Marisol's figures, it gives you a multi-dimensional take on the figure of the artist. We see on one side the artist in profile, on another side the artist looking straight ahead. It's a phenomenal work of draftsmanship as well, because essentially Marisol is creating sculptures from a single block of wood. What gives it so much character and gives us a sense of the time and the place is that she's also using drawing to accentuate all of the features of the figure. In addition, she includes found objects such as Andy Warhol's own worn shoes, which are a part of the piece. It's a great work and a great introduction to what we believe is a really important friendship and a narrative of modern and contemporary art. The exhibition encompasses the years 1960 to 1968. So this work, made in 1962 and 1963 from the collection of the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi, is a great entry point into what is a storied narrative and arc of thinking through modern art. Thank you.